So Marjorie Taylor Greene is a person. That's about the kindest thing that I'm willing to say about her. Can't say I have the highest opinion. You all know. You all know my position on this matter. Holocaust survivor blasts Marjorie Taylor Greene for comparing masks to Nazis, forcing Jews to wear a yellow star, and invites her to chat. This is from May. This happened a little while ago. You probably heard about this. Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that being forced to wear masks is like Jewish people being forced to wear the golden stars, you know? Except the golden stars were something Jewish people wore so they could be led to death camps, and the masks are something you wear so that your snot and spit doesn't land on other people's faces and increase the likelihood of them being infected by COVID-19. A slight difference, I think, in practice, but Marjorie Taylor Greene in this instance is doing what you guys do when I say, when I ask you to do anything and you just spam literally 1984. You know? That's pretty good. So I appreciate Marjorie Taylor Greene adhering to chat behavior. Anyhow, that was about a month ago, and since then we have had some spectacular personal growth. Marjorie Taylor Greene hosted a press conference.
And because it's something's been on my heart, and I feel like this is important for me to do. As everyone knows, I'm a new member of Congress. I've been here, I think I'm at 5.5 months now. It has seemed a lot longer than that, and I just always want to remind everyone I'm very much a normal person, and I think it's important for me to always...
Do you remember that video of Marjorie Taylor Greene peering through the mail slot at AOC's Congress, the office? Like she looked like the Titan, like peering through with like the big toothy grin from ear to ear, screaming at her. Yeah.
Be
she takes normal pills.
and honest. And I just want to tell you all, I'm really, really lucky. I am blessed with amazing parents, and my dad just passed away in April. But I will say he taught me some great things, and one of the best lessons that my father always taught me was when you make a mistake, you should own it.
Really?
And I have made a mistake, and it's really bothered me for a couple of weeks now. And so I definitely want to own it. This afternoon, I visited the Holocaust Museum. The Holocaust is, there's nothing comparable to it.
That's right. Marjorie Taylor Greene hosted a press conference in D.C. to announce that she has learned that the Holocaust was very bad. I'm not joking. That's actually what this press conference is. She compared mask wearing to the Holocaust, and now she has called an audience with press to inform everyone that upon reflection she has learned that the Holocaust was indeed very bad.
It happened, and, you know, over 6 million Jewish people were murdered. More than that, there were not just Jewish people, black people, Christians, all kinds of people, children.
Wait, hold on, wait. Maybe my education is lacking here. I don't think... First of all, why would she say not just Jews, children too? Aren't there Jewish children? Second of all, aren't we missing the biggest other demographics of people killed in the Holocaust? If I was like, not just Jews died in the Holocaust, Christians too. Like, okay. Gay people, the Romani, socialists, and the disabled were the other big groups. But she goes... I'm not saying, like, there were Christians killed in the Holocaust. It's just, it's interesting she would defer to that.
People that
Slavs.
The Nazis didn't believe were good enough or perfect enough, and the horrors of the Holocaust are...
yeah, she's really not going to mention that. Okay, yeah. So she's willing to, for the sake of Jewish people, the other groups, though, you know. People like MTG can't acknowledge that Nazis killed socialists because she thinks that the Nazis were socialists. Funnily enough, that was actually the first group killed. Seriously. Socialist organizers and activists and political, figures, they were the first ones killed because they were the biggest and most organized threat to the Nazis. Yeah, first they came for the socialists, yeah. And the trade unionists, gay people, Romanis, Slavs, Jehovah's Witnesses, the disabled, yada yada yada. I mean, a lot of folks. And of course, a lot of Jewish people. First and foremost, mainly Jewish people. But she says Jews, Christians, and children. It's a very interesting framing device.
Something that some people don't even believe happened, and some people deny, but there is
yeah,
no
like your
comparison
fans
to the Holocaust. And there are words that I have said and remarks that I've made that I know are offensive, and for that I want to apologize. And I am just fine and very glad to be able to come out here and do that, because I believe it's important. I believe that if we're going to lead, we need to be able to lead in a way where if we've messed up, it's very important for us to say we're sorry.
To be clear, considering that MTG's entire career has been her doing things that are not only incorrect, but almost sociopathically delusional, the only reason she's backing off this publicly is because most of the right is like super duper pro-Israel, super duper pro-Zionist, and they don't like the language from MTG. MTG got criticism from the right for the mask gold star comparison. That's the only reason she's backing off this.
And that's why I wanted to come and talk to you all today, because I wanted to say that I know that words that I've stated were hurtful, and for that I am very sorry. Over the past few weeks, we have seen Jewish Americans be attacked in our city streets. And we've seen it on video, we've seen the reports, and these are things that should never happen to any American for their religion or identity. This is such a wonderful country.
Reminder that MTG supported the Muslim ban. Just a caveat on this.
And hate should never exist between us. And I really hope that that's something that we can all come together on. I'm also a mom.
Sure.
And I always think about America as our home, and it's the place for all of us. It's the place where we raise our children, where we enjoy our wonderful lives. It's the place where we work, maybe own businesses, get an education, where we have fun, where we do just everything in life. And we're able to do that here in our country. And I think the great thing that we can all say is that we all want a wonderful home here in America, no matter what our politics are. And I'm taking off my political hat right now.
At long last, centrist MTG coming out with the hot take. We should all be able to live here in America. Comfortably here in America, unless you're not already in America, of course, in which case, I mean, she's quite anti-immigrant.
No matter who we are, we want our home to be the best home for all of us, and hate does not belong in a good home.
Anti-trans.
Hate makes a terrible home, and that's something that I reject, and anti-Semitism is true hate, and I saw that today at the Holocaust Museum. And I think it's something that we should all remember and never forget. So I just wanted to come here today and say that I'm truly sorry.
The funny thing to me is that she doesn't actually seem to understand, or she's not demonstrating that she understands what her actual mistake was. The only thing that she said is that the Holocaust was bad. Like, she hasn't at all distinguished between the social pressures for wearing a mask and the literal Holocaust, you know? Like, she hasn't said the reason why this was offensive is because wearing a mask is something we all do of our own will to the common good, whereas the Golden Stars were the state systemically eliminating a minority. She can't say that, though, because while she is backing off the Holocaust comparison, she doesn't want to say anything which might suggest that she is pro-wearing masks. So she's not actually adjusting her position or anything here. What she's essentially saying, like, she made a comparison that she's kind of standing by, but then she's saying, oof, bad optics, and running away from it. But she's not explaining why. She's not like, because if she explained why, she would have to say, actually, wearing a mask isn't a big deal. I think it would be really funny, though, if she tried to, like, make that justification, but then she spent, like, 3 minutes wheedling about how actually wearing a mask is extremely bad, but not as bad as the Holocaust. You know, she could be like, yeah, and the Holocaust was really bad. Don't get me wrong. wearing masks, being forced to wear masks, is also very, very bad. Maybe more of like a rape of Nanking situation than the Holocaust, you know, but yeah, it's really bad, but not as bad as the Holocaust, you know?
For offending people with remarks about the Holocaust. There's no comparison. There never ever will be. And so with that, I'll wrap up and take a few questions.
No mics on the journos?
No, we haven't been in session, so I haven't been here for, I think we're 3 weeks. So just coming back in town today, and today's the first day. I flew in this morning actually. And so I went this afternoon.
I do want to see what the questions she gets here are. Why are you like this? Who made you like this?
Actually, I visited Auschwitz when I was 19 years old. And so
Auschwitz.
It isn't like I learned about it today. I went today because I thought it's important, and I know that I wanted to recognize it and be able to talk about it coming out here.
Is she seriously saying that she walked down the train tracks, walked past the memorials built to the hundreds of thousands who died there as a young adult, and now as a slightly older adult, she like forgot all that? Like so I've never been, by the way, it's Auschwitz-Birkenau, by the way. That was the death camp. Auschwitz was a POW camp. Auschwitz-Birkenau was the death camp. I'm assuming she means Birkenau. And secondly, aren't there, like, boxes of wedding rings there and, like, big, like, shoe stacks of the many people who died? Like, there are, like, these big... Is that at Birkenau? Like, there are these big memorials of how many people died. She was 19 at the time. She said 19, right? She said 19, right? And she walked through them, and she forgot? Hold on, 1 second. Just, you can't blame this on bad Holocaust education, which in America we do have very, very bad Holocaust education. That's true. But if you've been there, I haven't been there, but I've seen the pictures. Do they have those things at Auschwitz-Birkenau? Like those, or am I thinking of more the Holocaust Memorial museums? I'm trying to see if I can find like a particularly evocative one, you know, on Google image search. Like, I remember seeing like these big glass boxes full of like wedding rings, like thousands and thousands of wedding rings that were taken from corpses. In West Virginia, they had us watch Schindler's List and clap. Oh my God. Oh wait, here we go. Yeah, wait. Is this not at the camp that she went to? This is what I mean. You go past this, like, this big glass box, and it's all the shoes that were taken from the bodies, and it's just this, and I think it's double-sided, too, but it's this massive... They have those memorials in the POW camp? Oh, gotcha. Maybe they want to preserve Birkenau as, like, a historically accurate, like, never forget type thing. I don't know what specifically, like, she might have seen back when she was 19, but I guarantee you she saw enough to make the takes that she's delivering now completely reprehensible. This is not just like, oh, I forgot. She knew perfectly well what the Holocaust was. She knew perfectly well what it meant and what it did. And she made the comparison anyway, and now she's backing off it because she got criticism from parts of her base. That's it.
With my apology. Yes. I think those are unbelievably insulting statements to our American military and to the Israeli.
Okay, if you're not going to repeat the journalist's question, then I don't even know what you're answering. Okay, never mind. Anyway, long story short, Ilhan Omar is a bad person and unfit to lead or to represent our citizens. Did it? Wait, did I just say Ilhan Omar? Did I seriously just say that? I'm sorry, my apologies. I'm always thinking of Ilhan Omar because of how based she is at all times. My mind is always, a solid third of my brain is constantly occupied by Ilhan Omar. Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't fit. Man, I really shouldn't have been a live streamer with my propensity to misspeak in ways that not only confuse the message I'm trying to deliver, but actively deliver the opposite message of what I'm saying. That makes it kind of hard for me to do all this, you know? Anyway, We're not the only people who think that Marjorie Taylor Greene didn't learn jack during all this. Representative Steve Cohen said, judging by Marjorie Taylor Greene's press conference, she didn't learn a lot about the Holocaust after she apologized for previous remarks. Representative Steve Cohen, a Jewish Democrat from Tennessee, said he appreciated the apology. At the press conference, she distanced herself, still said mask mandates were discriminatory, and she compared Democrats to Hitler's National Socialist Party. Yeah, so I asked Marjorie Taylor Greene today if she still stood by her comparison of the Democratic Party to the Nazi Party, and she said, after she said nothing was comparable to the Holocaust, this was her answer. Her answer is, you know, socialism is extremely dangerous and so is communism. And any time a government moves into policies where there is more control and there is freedoms taken away, yes, that is a danger for everyone. Man, you really can just have any IQ point value and be a leader in this country, can't you? Yes, socialism and communism are bad. When the government does the policies, makes them have more control and less freedom, that's dangerous. That really is like, you really, just anyone can lead in this country. It's pretty crazy. Truly a blessed democratic society we live in. Anytime you have things like censorship with social media, so when conservatives get banned from Twitter, that's when you're a Nazi. Anytime we have things being taught where one race is being told it is racist, like critical race theory, those are problems. That's not what critical race theory is. These are things we are seeing in policies coming out from the Democrat Party. How is the Democratic Party doing censorship on social media? What do they have to do with that? What does the Democratic Party have to do with critical race theory? Does the Democratic Party control academic discourse that is rooted in the 1970s? What? Anyway, yeah, so basically, etc., etc. So, nothing learned, nothing gained, and that's life. Oh, wait, and this is from today. I'm sorry, I just... The Republican attacks on Dr. Fauci continue. From Marjorie Taylor Greene. The Fire Fauci Act will bring Dr. Fauci's salary down to zero and will also require the Senate to confirm someone to fill his position. The Fire Fauci Act? A specific act? What? This is the biggest virtue signal I've ever seen in my life. Dude, the Fauci is a poo-poo head act will officially have it inducted into the annals of congressional history that Dr. Fauci does indeed have poo-poo for a brain. Also, it will make it legal to pants Dr. Fauci in public, and also you may fire squirt guns and Nerf guns at him whenever you want in public, as long as you don't aim for the face. That is the concession I am making to Democrats in the name of bipartisanship.